last week we played Southeastern Louisiana at home and fell behind in double figures early in the basketball game, rallied, and played much better in the second half. We were able to win that game, finish the game the way we needed to. And it was the third game in the series that we played with Southeastern where we trailed in double figures in the first half, 2 games at home and 1 game in Hammond. So I was proud of the way the guys finished the basketball game. Had a good practice before we left to go to Arizona State. And we got out there and had a good practice Friday night. Saturday morning, Kobe Julien's knee was bothering a little bit and was tender, and BJ was concerned about it. And then Kobe warmed up before the game, wanted to play, but we decided to hold him, and he's going to get checked out today, or he just did an hour ago at the doctor here. So hopefully it's nothing more than tendonitis. We'll learn more about it today. But we went in the game a little bit shorthanded. We decided to start Malik Wilson instead of Tyrus, go a little bit bigger, go a little bit more guard heavy since they were going to press us. And they did press. They pressed the entire game. And they played 2 home games, scored 97 and 92 points, I believe. And we had a really good game plan, and we held them to 77 points, again, being pressed the entire basketball game. So that was a positive. I thought we controlled the tempo from wire to wire. First half, they shot 16 free throws. We shot 2, and we were down 12 points. In the second half, the score was even. We fell behind by 19 and then really fought and stayed in the basketball game. Was proud of the way our guys battled. Had it to 10 and had the ball twice to cut it to possibly 7 with about 3.5 to go, but it didn't happen. We also played the entire second half with 3 of our starters, Trajan, Dew, and Jalen, had 4 fouls from 17-minute mark on. And Trey eventually did foul out late in the basketball game. Trey also was pressed quite a bit and pushed around. And going into the game, he had 20 assists and 4 turnovers on the year. And he had 4 turnovers at the first media timeout, I think. So they really let him be aggressive and set the tone early. Yet they got 16 free throws. We got 2. So you can do the math on that. But a good trip back yesterday, a day of rest. We're in exams right now, taking off today for an academic day, and we'll get back at it tomorrow for Louisiana Tech. Guard-heavy basketball team that's having a really good year. They play well together and beat Mississippi State last week. They lost yesterday afternoon to Sam Houston State in a game that they had control of in the second half and let it go. So we'll have to be ready when we go to Ruston. We've won 2 of the 3 times that we've restarted this series in Ruston, and it should be a really good basketball game on Saturday.
What are you missing when you don't have a Julien? And if it were to be long-term, could you go guard heavy all the way through, or is it just going to depend on matchups?
A little of both, Tim. I think it's a good point. We can go bigger, obviously. We could play more zone defensively, which we played a little bit in the second half of the day, and it was good for us. But if a team's going to press us like Arizona State did, we may want to go with the guard play. Malik played good the other day. He did throw a couple of pick sixes, so that didn't help our cause in the first half. He got triple teamed in the paint, threw uphill passes that were intercepted. But we can go that route if we'd like. P.J. Hardy, Calvin Temple, we've got a little bit of depth there at the guard spot. We're not as big as we'd like to be, not having Javon and Dury, but we still have some depth.
Was it rebounding that hurt you the most without him in this game?
A little bit. Kobe's tough. He's one of our best competitors. You guys have seen him play. He does a little bit of everything. And even the game at Southeastern, he had 7 assists. Got Mason a bucket there at the end of the game. So he's a well-rounded player that does a little bit of everything for us. Certainly can score and can defend. He's our best wing defender, we feel like.
I know he's not obviously the same player, but the importance of having a Tyrus full-time available to you, especially when there crops up instances when you lose a Julien or whatever the case may be and you get a little more shorthanded again.
Yeah, Tyrus has played hard and did a good job the other night. He and Dew were the 2 guys that physically could match up with Romello White and go get a rebound in that game. There were some high-level athletes in the game, and certainly Remy Martin's a great guard, and Romello White's a good inside player. So we need Tyrus to play at a high level. He's getting in shape a little bit better also and able to play extended minutes.
How worried are you about just focus and just, you got exams and it's, the holidays, and is it a tough time to kind of focus and a week off and then going the rest of the
Yeah,
Saturday?
it's always a challenge, with Thanksgiving. I think football probably went through it with Thanksgiving last week. We went through it with Thanksgiving. We certainly go through it. Christmas holidays, we go through it at Mardi Gras holidays. You Senior day can be tricky in any sport. So there are a lot of days and times of the year, but when they're focused on exams, you certainly want them to take care of their business there. But actually, we have good practices. Kevin, the guys like to come and work and get in the gym. It's kind of hey, I don't have to worry about the main campus right now. I can just worry about basketball and relax a little bit and then get back to my studies.
Where do things stand with Louisiana Tech? Do you have years left on the deal with them, or is that going to be something that's renewed for years down the road, or where does that stand?
I think it has just been renewed, and so we've got a couple of years left with that. And Eric Conkel's a guy that wanted to continue this series, and so yes, they'll be coming back to Cajun Dome next year.
I mean, y'all played very well since you've been here against them. You haven't won every game, but y'all played very well. Is that about as good a state rivalry that y'all, or a regional rivalry that y'all have? It seems like it's a good series.
Yeah, it's been a really good one, and I know the first time we went up there, they've been very good at home, like most teams, including us. But they had won about, I think, 59 conference games in a row. We went up there the first time and beat Mike White's team, and then we beat them again when they came here. We went back up there and lost, beat them here, went back up there and won again. And then last year, Jaqueen and Gant went out in the first couple of minutes of the game, and they shot the ball well and really got on us in the first half, and we never recovered. And they controlled the game here. So hopefully we can go up there and play well and continue to make it a competitive series and one that's really good for the state of Louisiana in basketball.
Kevin asked you about not the word distractions or whatever, but the other stuff going on. When you go stop, start, do guys come back right away, or do you have to play just a little bit of catch up every time you have like maybe a 3-day break because of a Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever the case may be?
So sometimes they need to get back in the flow, and we play a lot when we take days off. We'll come back and get right into some 5-on-5 and make it competitive. And they certainly like all the competitive drills that we do. But there's a little bit of rust at times, and you as a coach, you have to decide how you're going to attack it. The main thing is to keep their legs fresh and then get them back into shape once they get back in the gym and run a little bit.